Africa for me was so much more than a vacation, although it may have seemed like it. The things I learned and the people I met and the experiences we had will stay with me forever. Hi, my name is Patrick Burchell. I am an African Impact Volunteer and now Ambassador, and proud supporter of the Happy Africa Foundation. So this video is to tell you a little bit about African Impact and what they do, as well as sort of a review and testimonial of my experience with them on their project in Zanzibar, Tanzania. So what is African Impact? African Impact is a volunteer and tourism or voluntourism company based out of Africa, South Africa, I believe. They have projects all over the continent of Africa, ranging in a bunch of different fields from medicine to teaching to animal conservation and community building. My favorite animal is the dolphin, and I love marine life in general, so I wanted to work in marine conservation, and it just so happens that they have a project in Zanzibar, Tanzania for dolphin research and marine conservation. So if you're interested, check out the website. Once you find a project that you're interested in, you'll pay a package price depending on how long you're staying. Some of them I think are 1 week up to however many weeks. I stayed 4 weeks. So that package price usually includes transportation from the airport to your housing, the housing itself, food during the week, that just excluding weekends and wherever else you decide to go off project, because you are allowed to wander. For example, I spent a weekend on the mainland in the Serengeti and did a safari with a couple other volunteers, and they'll help you organize it, but that is an extra expense on top of the package price for the project. So there's so much to say. I had an amazing time, obviously. I'm not being paid to tell you how much I love this company, but I truly, truly do. I got a tattoo commemorating my trip because I had such an amazing time, and it was truly life-changing, and I recommend you do it if you can afford it and it's something that you're interested in. So I'm going to talk briefly about my time in Africa and specifically the dolphin research and marine conservation project that African Impact hosts. And I have a lot of footage I'm going to overlay to show you what we did. I got picked up at the airport by a lovely taxi driver and actually the project manager at the time, Celeste. I love you, Celeste. Thank you for this is her shirt. I got picked up from the airport and taken to the Grand Bungalows in Jambiani Village in Zanzibar. Since I was there, they actually moved into a house, which I have no reason to believe that it would be any less amazing. I can show you kind of my experience. It might be similar in other projects, I'm not 100% sure. This private closed off area right on the beach. Beach access, everything was amazing. So there was bungalows, which had the beds in the bathroom and mosquito nets for each bed. And the kitchen, the office, and kind of like this communal living area that had the dinner table and like a little seating area and a fridge. And that's where we did movie nights there, we did meetings, we had breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Yeah, and that's kind of your bonding area. The first couple of days of your project are orientation, where you get to meet everyone and learn about the project and learn what you'll be doing. Every project's going to be different, and they change the projects depending on the amount of volunteers that they have and their resources and what have you. Most of what I did on my project was monitoring dolphins. We would depart from our bungalows, go to another nearby village called Kizimkazi, and then we'd get the boats from there to go out and begin a monitoring session where we'd monitor the local tourist boats and how they're interacting with dolphin pods, and make notes on stuff like if they're speeding a lot around the dolphins, if they're driving over a pod of dolphins directly, how many tourists are in the water with the dolphins, so that they can compile the data and teach boat drivers how to properly interact around the dolphins, and limitations on how many people and boats should be in an area with a certain amount of dolphins at a certain time. Things like that. The goal is to have dolphin tourism become a good source of income for them because they are popular there, but to see them in the wild and to interact properly with them and safely with them in a way where it's beneficial for the village and income for them, as well as safe and not too stressful for the actual dolphins. A couple other things that we did were monitoring the fishing activity, because Kizimkazi is actually a fishing village. We'll monitor what they're catching, how they're catching it, who caught it, so we can help teach them conservation and proper fishing techniques that won't destroy coral or that won't eliminate species by overfishing. If they maybe catch, like they did while I was there, a pregnant shark, obviously to them they're thinking, oh, it's a shark, and then they throw out the babies and they sell the shark, but that's 14 or 15 other sharks that could have gone off into grow up into full-grown sharks. The whole goal is to teach them balance. It is a whole different culture there. It is a whole different mindset. They don't think of maybe litter, for example, the way we think of litter. We have recycling techniques. It's actually garbage day right now. Teach them better ways to use and reuse their trash is the goal, to have a greener and healthier planet. Another amazing thing about these experiences is you're not going as a tourist. It may feel like that initially, but by the end of it, you really feel connected with these people. You make friends, you eat in locals' houses, you become part of the culture, and it's so incredibly amazing. And you really, truly become part of Africa, and Africa becomes part of you, and it's unexplainable, and it's amazing. Yeah, it makes me so happy. I want to go back. Thank you for watching. I hope I helped you learn something about the company and maybe enticed you to go. Again, they have projects in so many different fields all over Africa. If you can afford it, do it. It's amazing. You'll love it. You meet some amazing people and do some amazing things. And I could take up an hour of your time with the footage and pictures that I have, but I'm going to probably make a separate video of just a montage of everything that we did. Whatever you need to know will be in the description. If you have any questions, just let me know. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and subscribe if you haven't already. Yeah, and I'll see you next week. Peace on the streets. And a bit of life advice, give back where you can, and don't be an asshole. It's that easy.